Belle Collective Season 7, Episode 9 Review, Big Belle Energy, When Boss Moves Meet Real Life Mess. Let's go ahead and say it loud. Season 7, Episode 9 of Belle Collective is not just another episode, it's a slow-burning pot of stress, side eyes, and situations that are about to boil over. Titled, Big Belle Energy, this episode tries to give boss vibes, but underneath all that glam, lashes, and business talk, baby, the cracks are showing. And not little cracks either. We talking foundation shifting, walls shaking, whose side you on? Type cracks. This episode dives deep into three major lanes. Business pressure and financial reality checks. Relationship tension, romantic and friendships. Group dynamics that feel one argument away from total collapse. So let's break this all the way down, scene by scene, messy moment by messy moment. Briefcase Carrie's breaking point. Boss babe or burnout. Let's start with the storyline that carried the emotional weight of the episode, Carrie in that restaurant. From the very beginning, you can feel it. This is not just about a business anymore. This is about pride, pressure, and perception. Carrie has been trying to hold it together, presenting herself as the strong entrepreneur, the one who can handle it all. But episode 9 said, yeah, no. Receipt the reality check. We see Carrie being confronted, not just by her situation, but by her family, especially her mother. And let's be real, when your mama steps in, that means things have gone from, a little rough, to, we need to talk now. Her mom isn't coming from a shady place, she's coming from concern. But even concern can feel like criticism when you're already overwhelmed. You can almost hear Carrie thinking, I built this, I believed in this, so why does it feel like I'm failing? Heartbreak emotional undercurrent. What made this storyline hit harder is that it wasn't loud drama, it was quiet stress. The hesitation in her voice. The frustration in her body language. The pressure to make a decision she's not ready to make. This is what real-life reality TV looks like. Light bulb the bigger message. This moment speaks to a lot of viewers, especially entrepreneurs. Just because you started something, doesn't mean you have to suffer through it forever. But the question is Carrie fighting for her dream? Or is she holding on to something that's draining her? And that's where the episode leaves us, right in the middle of her decision. Couple's night gone wrong. Smiles on the surface, tension underneath. Now let's get into this double date situation, because baby, it was awkward from the start. You know those outings where everybody is dressed nice, smiling, ordering drinks, but you can feel something is off. Yeah, that. Wind the setup. The couples come together, trying to present unity, love, and connection. But let's be honest, this wasn't about bonding, this was about performing. Eyes the vibes. Instead of chemistry, we got forced laughter, side glances, conversations that felt rehearsed, and the men, oh, they were present. Maybe a little too present. Grimace the problem with couples unity. Here's the issue. When relationships are already shaky, putting them in a group setting doesn't fix anything, it exposes everything. You start noticing who talks over who avoids eye contact, who looks irritated every time their partner speaks. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Speech balloon communication breakdown. Some of these couples are not on the same page at all. Instead of, we're in this together, it's giving, let's just get through this dinner without arguing. And that is never a good sign. Party popper events, energy and undercover shade. You already know, if there's an event on Belle Collective, there's going to be drama. Episode 9 keeps that tradition alive. Clinking glasses the gathering. We get a social event that should be about fun, connection, and celebration. But instead, it becomes a stage for tension, passive-aggressive comments, and that classic reality TV energy. I'm smiling, but don't try me. Crown, Big Belle Energy, or Big Ego Energy. The title of the episode suggests confidence, power, and presence. But what we actually saw was women trying to maintain control, friendships being tested, and subtle competition creeping in. Because let's be real, when you put strong personalities in one room, it's not always unity. Sometimes it's ego versus ego. Brain friendship dynamics, support or silent competition. One of the most interesting layers of this episode is how the friendships are shifting. On the surface, everything looks fine. But underneath, something feels off. Thinking face the questions we're all asking. Who's really supportive? Who's secretly judging? Who's waiting for someone else to fail? Because let's not play. This group has history, and not all of it is healed. Nail care the shade is subtle but it's there. Not every insult is loud. Some of the shadiest moments in this episode were backhanded compliments, tone changes, body language, and if you're paying attention, you catch everything. Heartbreak, love ain't loving, relationship reality check. This episode made one thing very clear. Love is complicated, and not everybody is happy. Revolving light warning signs we saw. Lack of communication, emotional distance, frustration bubbling under the surface. And the scary part, some of these couples might not even realize how bad it's getting. Speech balloon when conversations turn into confrontations. You can tell that certain discussions have been had before, and resolved nothing. So now, every small issue feels bigger. Every comment feels personal. Every interaction feels like it could turn into an argument. Fire the men this season. Too involved or just honest? Let's talk about the men real quick, because they are not in the background this season. They are speaking up, giving opinions, involved in the drama, and depending on how you look at it, that can either be checkmark a good thing, transparency, crossmark or a problem, too much involvement. Eyes, the balance is off. Some of these situations feel like, are we watching Belle Collective, or couples therapy? Because the men are not just supporting, they're participating. And sometimes, stirring. Downward trend, the theme of the episode, pressure. If we had to sum up episode 9 in one word, pressure. Pressure to succeed, pressure to stay in relationships, pressure to maintain friendships, pressure to keep up appearances. And what happens when pressure builds? Something eventually breaks. Face mask, let's talk real, image versus reality. This episode did a great job of showing the difference between sparkles, what people present, vs. heartbreak, what they're actually going through. Because from the outside, everyone looks successful, everyone looks put together, but behind the scenes, it's stress, doubt, and emotional exhaustion. Light bulb life lessons from episode 9. Let's pull a few real takeaways from all this mess. 1. Not every business is meant to last. And that's okay. Walking away doesn't mean failure, it means growth. 2. Relationships require more than appearances. You can look like a happy couple, and still be struggling behind closed doors. 3. Not every friend is fully in your corner. Pay attention to energy, not just words. 4. Pressure will reveal the truth. When things get hard, that's when you see what's real and what's not. Eyes, final thoughts. A calm before the storm. Episode 9 felt like a setup. Not in a boring way, but in a something big is coming way. Because right now, the tension is building, the emotions are rising, the relationships are fragile, and it feels like one more push could send everything into chaos. Speech balloon, now let me ask you this. If you were Carrie, right finger, would you hold on to the business and fight through the struggle, right finger, or would you walk away and protect your peace and your pockets? And be honest, which couple do you think is hanging on by a thread? Eyes.